guys, back once again with another FPL video. This is game week 3 for FPL. Had another good week last week, managed to get myself 75 points and got myself to the top of quite a few of the leagues I'm in, so I'm very happy. The average for last week was 57, in which I got 18 points higher than, my maths wasn't with me there, but yeah, 18 points higher than the average last week. Edison getting a clean sheet for Man City. Cancelo chipping in with an assist and a clean sheet. And also getting 2 bonus points, again showing how he's such a class player at this level. Albeit against a Bournemouth side, which are more than likely going to go down. Robertson only getting 2 points, that 2 weeks in a row now. Liverpool haven't had a clean sheet, so it seems I made the right choice going with Edison over Alisson. But hopefully that Liverpool backline can start to shore up in the next couple of weeks. They do have Man United at home, obviously, on Monday Night Football, I believe it is. Zinchenko only getting 1 point, conceded 2 goals to Leicester, which was unfortunate. William Saliba with that own goal after such a good performance against Crystal Palace. So I feel like that's a bit unfortunate, really. Leicester, from what I saw, were way out of the game, and even that second goal for them was a bit of a consolation. Trippier getting the goods, 7 points, even got a bonus on top of the clean sheet. Reece James scored a goal which got him 6 points, but conceded 2 goals, got a yellow card, but also got a bonus point, so we'll take the 7 points with Reece James. Martinelli got another goal. That's 2 weeks in a row now he's scored. I brought him in last week for Saka. I feel like Martinelli being a couple million cheaper than Saka seems well worth it. Saka is yet to score. I believe he assisted, didn't he, in that first game, because he was the one who put the cross in for the own goal that Mark Gay put in, but yeah, not sure Saka's really worth that much. His numbers aren't the great, and I feel like Martinelli's going to get at least 10, 12 goals this season, you'd feel. He's already off the mark with 2. Jarrod Bowen's a weird one. I've been humming and ahhing whether to replace him with Kulusevski this week, but they've got Brighton at home, West Ham, and Spurs have Wolves at home. Wolves haven't got off to the best start. Obviously, they lost to Leeds on the opening day, and they've just gone and drawn 0-0 with Fulham. But I'm going to give Bowen one more week. I'm hoping he can provide the goods against Brighton. I'm hoping West Ham can kind of find their feet. Obviously, they've had a really shit start as well, West Ham. Obviously, they've lost to Man City at home, which is to be expected, but obviously I don't think anyone would have foreseen them losing 1-0 to Notts Forest. I mean, I know it was the first game at the City ground in the Prem for decades, but it did seem like they were desperately unlucky not to get at least a draw out of that game, West Ham. So I'm going to save my free transfer this week, and I'm going to go with the same team again for next week, I think. And if Bowen doesn't get any points this week, I feel like I'm going to be swapping him for Kulusevski. Or if Kulusevski has a really good week and obviously Bowen not so much. And yeah, it's been playing with my mind, that one. Salah didn't get any points for Liverpool either, and obviously a very disappointing result against Crystal Palace. Haaland, I captained, thankfully got an assist to kind of salvage that captaincy. Unfortunately, I did not put it on Gabriel Jesus. I don't think I foresaw how poor Leicester were going to be at the Emirates. I know obviously Leicester, you haven't signed anyone, and it seems like they're going backwards at the minute, but I think everyone kind of thought Haaland could at least get a couple goals against Bournemouth at home, but I think he only had 8 touches or something like that. One was a kick-off and another one was an assist to Gundogan. So, yeah. On the bench, Andreas picked up a knock in that game. so against Wolves, so I'll have to see whether he's back and may have to switch it up. De Silva got another goal against United. He's 2 for 2 now, so he's one I may have to keep a lookout on. And Greenwood didn't feature for Leeds. So this is my team for the upcoming week. I've gone with the same again. It's quite tempting to put De Silva in, but you know, looking at my team, well, actually thinking about it, maybe put Trippier on the bench and bring De Silva into the team. Fulham away could be a good game for De Silva. Thinking about it, Man City, you would think, will score obviously against Newcastle. It's just whether Trippier would maybe get a goal or an assist. You never know, maybe a piece of brilliance. They are at home, Newcastle, so they could give Man City a good game, to be fair. Might be something for me to consider there and contemplate. But you would think Ederson should at least... Well, you would hope City would keep a clean sheet away at Newcastle. We'll have to see on that one in terms of Cancelo and Ederson. Robertson away at Man United. It's not going to be an easy game. Obviously, it's a derby at the end of the day, but the way Man United are right now, you wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool beat them 3-4-0, would you? But in the same respect, Liverpool haven't looked great either. Zinchenko away at Bournemouth. You would expect a clean sheet there. Obviously, already touched on Trippier. James away at Leeds. Again, you would expect a clean sheet. Maybe to chip in with another goal or an assist himself. He is, you know, quite good at getting goals. He got more than a few last season and he was injured for quite a bit. Martinelli away at Bournemouth, you'd expect him to maybe get a goal or an assist. Bowen at home to Brighton, obviously I touched on that. It needs to be a game for me where he stands out, else he will be departing for Kulusevski. Salah away at Man United. At the moment, I've got him to captain, but... I am in three minds, really, of whether to go with Haaland, Jesus or Salah. This could change before the deadline, which is the 20th of August at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know. I think every single game Salah's played against Man United for Liverpool, he has bagged. I believe I remember hearing that stat from a James Olcott video. And it's the sort of game I just expect him to at least bag. Whereas... Jesus away at Bournemouth. I feel like Bournemouth being at home could be a difficult game to break them down potentially. You would expect him to also bag, but I don't feel like it's a guarantee like Salah is. And Haaland away at Newcastle with the Toon crowd fully behind Newcastle in that game. It's not going to be an easy game for Man City, you would feel. Even though they will dominate the ball, you feel like just with that 12-man behind Newcastle, it could be a hard day for Haaland. So like I mentioned, I could bring De Silva in for Trippier. Obviously, it's going to be a tough game for Newcastle, you would think, and you would think they probably will concede. So I think I may actually do that even now, to be honest, thinking about it. Obviously, De Silva's got himself 2-2 and they're going away to Fulham, which won't be an easy game either. A bit of a rivalry there, London rivalry, but hopefully De Silva can bag and hopefully Trippier has a stinker now that I've done that. Andreas obviously with that knock, who's on the bench, and Greenwood as well. So yeah, that's my team going into game week 3. I'll just show you where I am in the divisions I'm currently in. So the Lewis Hartley normal league, I'm currently top of that by 8 points in front of Lewis Hartley actually. So I'm doing all right there. And in the head-to-head league, I've found myself 5th. I'm some way behind actually the person who's top of that league. Owen Eccles, shout out to you. You're doing superb. 176 points. I'm not sure how he's managed that. Maybe he's used his triple captain or something like that, you've got to think. But yeah, he is 34 points ahead of me. So wow, and I'm doing all right, to be fair. So yeah, cheers guys for watching. Tell me what you think of my team, where I could maybe make some improvements, if any. And make sure to leave a like and subscribe for next week's video.
So guys, welcome back to another fantasy video. So we're going to do a rundown of my team, which got 76 points, 90 more than the average. Pretty good week, best week in the lead, so it shows that I'm improving, even though it's only by 1 point with Jacob. He's only a few points in front. But yeah, I've had a pretty good weekend. Haaland, I captained him thinking he would have going to score a few goals against Bournemouth. Didn't really do anything too impressive. Got 10 points because he's my captain, so it's double. So technically he got 5, but he only got me 10 because I captained him, which is better than captaining Salah. I were going to keep Salah, but I thought Haaland would have scored against Bournemouth, but he didn't. Salah only getting the 1 point, but because he's vice captain, I think he gets 2 points, or he got 2 points. I'm not too sure. Trent only getting me 2 points as well. I don't know what's going on with Liverpool, but they're having a bad start. 2 draws for them, which isn't expected. Raya getting a clean sheet, 7 points for him. Cancelo getting me a good amount of points, clean sheet for City. I think he got an assist or 2. I think he got 11 points, which is pretty decent as well. De Silva from Brentford scoring a goal against United. I took him onto my bench. Put him in the starting 11 because he did score the following weekend. I can't remember who Brentford were playing. I think it was Leicester, and he scored. Yeah, it was Leicester, and he scored the equaliser against them. So I thought I'll risk it and put him in, and he scored, got me 8 points, which is pretty good. Leon Bailey not really doing anything for Villa on the bench. He only got me a point. He come off the bench for Villa last 20 minutes against Everton. But I'm thinking of getting rid of him. Pedro Neto, 2 points, missing a sitter. Not really good enough. I'm thinking of changing him again. Perisic with the 4 points. I were thinking of changing Perisic, but he come on and got the assist to Harry Kane. Harry Kane also getting a goal from me. I were thinking of changing Kane as well, if I'm honest. I was thinking of changing a bit of my team around, but it's had a decent week. It's had a real good week, really, all things considered. But the players I was looking to keep out, get rid of, were Kane, but he's scored, so he's proven me wrong. Perisic is a questionable one. I'm still 50-50 on him. I'm not taking him out this week. I want to see what he does next week before I make a decision on him. Neto, same again. I want to make a decision next week, see if he actually can score this week. Jesus got me 19 points, 2 goals, really good from him. Very impressive start to the season. Probably going to captain him in against Bournemouth because I can see him carrying on his form and doing bits, so he's going to be my captain. My bench, Nico Williams getting 7 points clean sheet for Forest against West Ham. Doesn't count for me though because he's on my bench. Maybe I should have put him in, maybe instead of Trent or Perisic. Trent's really having a bad start to the season. I'm even questioning transferring him out, really, because he's 7.5 million and he's going to go down in value because of a bad start, and it's a lot of money for a defender that, and I can probably improve it in different areas. Maybe get Reece James in, not too sure. Maybe Koulibaly. I don't want to have players who people in my league have, because then I'm not going to overtake them. Even though there's Jacob above me, I am in other leagues as well who people are above me by a little bit, but I'm in the runnings as well. There's only like 10 or so points in it, and that's quite easy to catch up considering I was 4th last week and now I'm 2nd, only a few points off Jacob. So I am coming for you. Mark my words on that one. I will win this, I can tell. But yeah, my bench, Nico Williams get me 7 points. Should have put him in, probably, yeah. I have made a change as well. I have took Bailey out my team for the next weekend, and I have put in Jensen from Brentford. It looked like I was going to put Onana in from Everton because he did come on. It was his fault for a goal, but then he goes up, pretty much gets Everton the goal back in it. Looks like a promising player as well for 5 million. It seems decent. There's a few 5 million players I was thinking, but then that Jensen looked very impressive, controlled much of the game for Brentford against the United side, even though it is a poor United side at the minute. Still takes a lot of capability to do that in a game like that. Looks a good signing for Brentford. So he has gone into my team. Apart from that, that is no changes made. He's the only player who's going in. The lineup for me is pretty much going to be the same as it has been this week, but instead of Bailly, it has gone to be Jensen. So that's my overall rundown of my fantasy team this week. And yeah, watch out, Jacob, because I'm coming for you, mate.